Hey, y'all. We have the terrible, terrible tragedies that happened all this week, finding people in Mississippi, but we're talking about the Mississippi people. Okay. Corey, Zucatis, Trey Reed. It's a tragedy. We don't know too much about Corey Zucatis. We just know he's a homeless guy who was found hanged in Mississippi. Tragedy. We don't know. He didn't hang himself. So they're still looking and investigating what's going on with this man. They don't think he hung himself. So there's issues going on with that young man. And I'll say maybe it might be similar people or same people or whatever. We don't know. But he was found in a wooded area not far from where he slept, and he was hanged in that particular area. And they don't have too many details beyond that. And we don't want to dox a family member or anything like that. But we hope to find the family, hope to get in touch with the family so that, next of kin can be notified about the death of this young man. Well, he wasn't that young, but he was young enough, right? So we look for the people to get in touch and find his family and see what was going on with Corey's death. We also have this young man, Demartravion Trey Reed, who also was found hung in Mississippi. What's going on with Mississippi? But most people know what goes on in Mississippi, though I'm sure that they have sundown towns and things like that. Uh, and I just wanted to, put some light on these particular people, Corey and Trey's life, because they deserve, recognition for what is going on with them. Uh, and just let me play a little clip of what is going on. Trey is a little bit different from uh, Corey in that we wouldn't think that it would be maybe race related. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what the hell is going on with Mississippi, as a matter of fact. Why do I give me a minute? Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull it up. It's not letting me. Hold on. What do we know? Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Mm. Sorry, y'all. Mm, 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 mm.
Line that no foul play was involved, or is there more to Trey Reed's story than we're being told? A black person committing suicide by hanging from a tree is the equivalent of a Jewish person committing suicide by gas chamber. Stop it. A man from Mississippi was found dead after calling his mother and telling him that he was being chased by white men in trucks who are hurling racial slurs at him. The police said that there's no reason to suspect foul play. If you want an example of what systemic racism is, because not only were these white men in trucks feeling emboldened enough to chase him and brutalize and murder him, but the police felt as though there was no reason to investigate this because they thought nobody would care about him. He was 25 years old and went missing on October 2nd. The police didn't even bother looking for his body. I don't even feel comfortable going into the details of how badly he was brutalized, but you should know that his body was not found in one piece. He was a welder from Fayette, Mississippi, who was working about 100 miles away working a short-term contracting gig. And he was trying to save up money to reopen his seafood restaurant, which closed during the pandemic, which he had named after his 7-year-old daughter. America is broken. Policing in America is broken. I'll leave it to Mississippi to go ahead and just fuck up Trey Reed's, passing in his investigation because it's insane. I just saw a thing from Aaron saying that the Mississippi Free Press is reporting that Trey Reed's family has now obtained a lawyer and they want a separate investigation. They told the family, the police did, that he passed away
in his dorm room and not from how he actually passed. And they are saying that the media and the press knew more about his past and what was happening in the investigation, what was actually happening, than they did. And so they are wanting a separate investigation. They want to know what the fuck is happening. They want to know how he passed. They want to know why. They want to know all the things that I guess Mississippi is not even looking into. Like, what the fuck? So what do y'all think? Like, did they, like, is any more information come out about this? Because I literally have not seen nothing. Like, I've seen a couple of the people for, like, students and stuff, but I've seen actually no actual information. They just keep saying nothing.
We have some major news about Trey Reed, the 21-year-old man found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. According to the Mississippi Free Press, the family of Reed is now demanding an independent autopsy. They're even reporting that the police told them Reed was found dead in his dorm room, not found dead hanging from a tree on campus at Delta State. Vanessa Jones is the attorney for Trey Reed's family. She told a press conference, and according to the Mississippi Free Press, that the family does not know exactly what happened to Reed on the 15th. That at approximately at 9:15 a.m., the Grenada County Sheriff's Department informed the family that Reed had been found dead in his dorm room in his bed. They then learned from the media, essentially, that he was found actually hanging from a tree. And the media seemed to know about his death before the family. They're demanding an independent investigation. This is a story that needs to be front and center right now. Keep spreading the word, keep sharing, and follow along for more. I'll have more updates very soon.
We have Charlie Kirk's situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their police. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation, and that's it. This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms were broken, and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the Black revolts that happened at this school.
He's saying it's two different incidents. He was in an incident. He was involved in an incident, and then his cousin is involved in an incident.
But still, I'm trying to be composed in this video, and I'm trying to keep it all together. But it's a lot of shit that happens on that campus that don't nobody do shit about. It was incidents before my big incident happened, and then I reported that nobody did nothing about. Somebody tried to report me for a hate crime, and they was the one being homophobic, transphobic, and being racist. And they was trying to lock me up until I had multiple people come out and speak against him. There was an incident that I reported that it was a group of white students in a white truck while I was a freshman. They yelled at me and my friends and called us a bunch of monkeys. Please do a deep dive on this. Please, 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 please do your research on this. Do not let them sweep nothing else under the rug. Enough is enough. It is 2025, and bullshit after bullshit after bullshit is still getting fed to us. Enough is enough. We gotta wrap it up.
Where's the outrage from the media, politicians, literally anyone about Trey Reed, a Black man who was lynched by white supremacists on a Mississippi college campus? And the police immediately said that it was a suicide? Because, Black people just have a natural propensity to hang themselves from trees. Those weren't racial terror lynchings by the KKK from the Reconstruction era through Jim Crow. It was just an epidemic of public suicides. And we can't ignore the fact that this happened shortly after the Charlie Kirk shooting, when HBCUs had to shut down and go on lockdown because of threats, even though it was a fascist groyper white dude who killed Charlie Kirk. The media, politicians, the entire far right, and liberal influencers and politicians who bought into this hysteria around Charlie Kirk are directly responsible for Trey Reed's death. And unfortunately, this is just the beginning of a new era of far-right terror.
There have been 2 bodies found in trees, both in the state of Mississippi. 2 bodies found in trees in the state of Mississippi. Let me remind you, the suspect in custody for unaliving CK. Why are you going after people? All day today, I have received messages that it's not always about race. All day today, that is all I have been seeing.
If you were so loud about Charlie Kirk, you better also be very loud about Trey Reed and Corey Zacchaeus, a black man and a homeless man that were found hanging in trees in Mississippi. And both cases happened within 24 hours of each other. Since you want to start speaking up about people who've been killed senselessly, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep it up. Let's keep posting things. Let's keep talking about it. Because what do you mean people are still being lynched in 2025? And of course, in these cases, everything is always ruled out as a suicide. We all know that that's not fucking true. It's really interesting to see how many people just don't give a fuck when it's a homeless person and a black person, but God forbid a rich white man gets taken out. And not only taken out, but taken out by something that he advocated for, gun violence. But he only ever said that with the false confidence that it would never happen to him. Trey and Corey deserve to be on major news outlets. They deserve to be respected, and they deserve to have their story talked about. But I don't see anything about flags being half-mast for them. This was a comment that I found underneath a video about Trey's murder. You people are literally disgusting. Trey and Corey deserve justice, and they deserve to have their story spoken about. So please share any videos or anything that you see about these 2.
All right, guys.
My whole thing is this. There's inconsistencies in the story. They were told that he died in his bed. The government is covering up what happened in these 2 hangings. The government is covering up the things that happened to Charlie Kirk's accused murderer. They're covering up a lot of things this week. I don't understand what's going on, but people, you need to be vigilant. We need to start researching. We need to keep our hands in the pies of this stuff. If you guys seen those you seen those messages from Charlie Kirk's murderer, those text messages, they don't even sound right.
All right, guys, we already heard about Trey Reed over at Delta State University that was hanging from a tree. Now we have another one that happened at around 1:30 this afternoon, and his name was Corey Zacchaeus. And this happened in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And they said that at around 1:30 p.m., officers with the Vicksburg Police Department received a call. And when they arrived, Corey, he was hanging from a wooded area in the 4100 block of Washington Street. And this was near the Ameristar Casino. I did a little bit more digging and saw Corey is originally from Deltona, Florida. And he's living with, I think, his stepfather.
Y'all don't believe them texts, do you? You don't believe them texts. I don't believe them texts.
In Brandon. Corey was homeless in that area. This is being treated as a death investigation. And I'm telling you now, these are not...
It's 2. It's this white boy, and then it's that Trey. Okay? It's the white boy here, and then it's Trey. And then there was some before. There's been some all throughout the years that they couldn't explain why they was caught hanging. They're going to touch on it.
Okay, these are not random. These right here seem like they're targeted. People actually did this to somebody. That's how I feel because, the milk stinks and the water stinks. And I saw the other picture that was being passed around, and I was like, wait a minute, I covered that story because he was unalive by some people who he thought was his friends. I covered that maybe almost a month ago. But look, it's time to keep our heads on swivel, you guys. And it don't matter who you are. It don't matter what color you are. Man, that dark cloud is going around and it's getting people. Hopefully they find out what happened to Corey and they find out what happened to Trey.
because both of them right there, the milk stinks and the water stinks. And we want to get justice for both of them.
They found 2 bodies on Monday. They found 2 people hanging in Mississippi on Monday. They have no clue how they became it. They have no clue. I mean, there's rumors, racially motivated. You never know. The coroner is saying there's no evidence, no confirmed evidence of foul play, nor has a determination of suicide been made. So they don't know what's going on in the state of Mississippi. That's what they got all these people spooked there.
His name is Trey Reed. But to be real, his circumstances are giving more Raynard Jackson, Nick Nagler, Roy Veal, or Javion McGee, each of them black men who were found hanging from trees where the official reports ruled out foul play. But with a history like ours in America, we know better than to let our personal investigation stop at what the report may say. Trey Reed was found hanging in the middle of Delta State University.
Yeah, they hung a white boy and a black boy. They hung both of them on the same day.
In Cleveland, Mississippi. And after reading the initial headline, a whole lot ain't sit right with me. Now, according to the Equal Justice Initiative, Mississippi has had at least 656 reported lynchings. Almost like every black body had a bounty. And there have been at least 13 reported lynchings in Bolivar County alone. There is a well-documented history of racial violence in the area. And if you add on the current climate that we're in the latest unrest and hysteria, to me, it just shows this is the same old America. Anyone who knows our history can understand why we've met reports like Trey Reed's with uncertainty or just called out the absurdities. The timing of Trey's death is literally amplified even more since threats of violence were literally made to historically black colleges and universities just the other day. And some might say it's a stretch, but to put things quite bluntly, given America's bloodlust, I don't put a damn thing past any of the states that make up this country. Within the last 20 years, there have been too many instances of black people losing their lives like this, and there have been too many similarities. We're living in trying times, so we need solidarity. We need to protect one another by any means necessary in the midst of this political polarity. So I pray justice for Trey Reed and peace for his friends and family, and that this investigation has plenty of transparency and brings a whole lot of clarity.
Well. Reed's death, Trey Reed's, we could probably put aside Corey's death. Maybe just somebody out having some bogus time and just decide they were gonna hang somebody. But Trey Reed's death has made everybody look at Mississippi way sideways, especially with the belief that it might be tied to Charlie Kirk's situation in some kind of act of revenge. That possibility makes it even more dangerous because it sets the stage for more back and forth. Let them find out that was true, that boy had a broken leg and 2 arms, and he had a whole bunch of bruises over his body, which means somebody actually ended that boy's life. We have to be real about this right here. We have to be real about this. Okay? We got to be real. If we don't step in and stop this shit right now, it's just going to get worse. What started as one tragedy with Charlie is going to spread to many more in our community, with us innocent people paying the price. For black people, Trey's death feels like another reminder that we're constantly caught in the middle of some bullshit, in the middle of battles and fights that we didn't even start. The thought that there's retaliation being tied to his death makes it clear that the violence is not random. It's political, it's racial, it's strategic. And if we don't shut this down right now, it's going to get out of control. It's going to spiral out of control. Every time we lose another brother, another mother is going to grieve, a sister is going to grieve, a family is torn apart. and the community is going to be broken, specifically in Mississippi when they got a history of hanging folks. We can't heal by fighting that fire. The fire. Revenge is not going to bring Charlie back. Revenge is not going to bring Trey back. And it's just not going, it's not paying justice to their life at all. What it does is fuel the same hate and division that has already cost us a whole bunch, specifically in Mississippi. Stopping that violence means taking a step back. We got to take a step back. We got to stop this and refuse to be pulled into this. Why? My whole question is this. Why is black people, why did we get pulled into this? This was a white on white crime. Okay. I'm choosing to live. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing not to get involved with this fight. I don't want to get involved with this fight. I don't want no destruction to happen. We got to protect ourselves. Okay. Moving this forward, we got to do something different. We need our leaders, whether it's in the church, politics, community, whatever, to step up and say, this is unacceptable. We need to have safe spaces that we can go and talk to people. Now they're attacking free speech. We also need to stand together and make it clear that no one's death will be used to fuel other deaths. We have to protect everybody's life. That means demanding that our lawmakers do something about this. If you want to really honor Trey Reed, you really want to honor Charlie Cook, we have to break that cycle of violence right now. Let these deaths be the last that it happens regarding this hot climate that we have. Okay. We don't need to start another one. We can't afford no race war. Everybody loses. We can't wait till things get out of hand, because then it'll be too late. The time to stop the violence is right now, right now. That's why we got to talk to our representatives, talk to the president, talk to people that we know. If people keep talking, talk online, post online, let people know. We're not trying to have no race war. We're not trying to fight with nobody. We're not trying to have this craziness that goes on. We ain't trying to do all that. We got two people. We got Trey Reed and we got Corey Zukakis. Both died on Monday. They were hanged. They didn't hang themselves. Somebody hung those people. Trey's was near a pickleball court on the DSU's campus. The young man earlier said this has happened, Delta State University. This has happened before. Okay. They said this has happened before. Okay. They said there's no evidence of physical assault. Then how is it that people got the idea, 2-3 separate people got the idea that that he was found in bed, or he was found in the dorm, or they told the family that he was found in the dorm, and then later on told the family he was hung? How do they change or make up that discrepancy? Okay. So now they asking for an independent autopsy. We want somebody independent of you guys to talk to us about what's going on. Okay. First he was found in his bed, then he was found hung. Okay. And the coroner said he didn't find no broken legs and no broken arms. Don't tell me y'all don't know people who lie. Or people who or coroners and official people who lie about shit like that. People lie all the time. People lie all the time. Officials lie all the time. Because we know that they're lying most of the time when this happens. We have to be vigilant about these two young men. We have to continue to put pressure on social media, everywhere. We keep naming these people. We keep mentioning this person. This person should have. What happened to these two men? All in the same night, these two people get hung on the same day. They don't make no sense that both people on the same day end up hung. And that should not have happened. It should never have happened. But how do we do anything about it? What do we do? Okay. What do we do? Do we say, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to let Trey, life be ended. And we ain't going to say nothing about it. We ain't going to have nothing to say. We're just going to let it be what it is. The phone lines are open already. Hello, thank you to Healism for $4.99. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The phone lines are open. Anonymous caller ID. Okay, yeah, the phone lines are open if you want to call in. If you want to call in and you say something. If anybody wants to come on the panel, which one y'all want to do? Be on the phone or be on the panel? It can be one or the other. It doesn't matter. Anybody have any more information about Trey? Anybody have any more information about what's going on with him and his what's going on with his life? Anybody find out any more news? Anything? Because I don't know anything new. I only know what the news has told me, but it don't sound right. Whatever it is, it don't sound right. Okay? Because the young man, most people, oh, okay, that's fine. You can call on the phone. It won't let me call on the phone. But most people know that you don't hang. Most people don't hang themselves. They just don't. That's not something people do. They don't like doing that. No, we talking about the two guys that got hung in Mississippi on Monday. They got hung in Mississippi. They found their bodies. It's foul play when it comes to both of them. They were hung. A black guy and a white guy. All within a couple of hours of each other. And they have no clue how they got there, what the motive is. They don't know nothing. To them, they don't know nothing.
Call from
Gary.
I
to
think
accept, press 1.
I think it may be racially motivated. One was at school and one was not. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, what's up, Queen?
What's happening?
4 days with you.
What do you have on the subject? Do you know anything about the subject?
No, a little bit. Like, okay, like, that's crazy. Like, a white boy got hung, and then a black man got hung. And you're looking at, like, to me, that goes with the PSYOP question from yesterday. And, like, goiferers are the worst. I'm not going to put it past them because Nick Fuentes is a big upcoming thing, and he's just like that.
Wait a minute. Explain the goiper. Explain who they are. What are these goipers?
All right, what they are is too far right. They are like, fuck the Jews, fuck any race, white nationality. I mean, just look them up. Like, he says it all the time.
They were extreme right. They were on the extreme right, and they were. I heard that they were angry with Charlie Kirk because he wasn't far right enough, and so they were alt right.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? Because like they hate Kenneth Owens, they hate Ben Shapiro, they hate Charlie Kirk because they're for the Jews, and they can't stand no shit like that. And if they hate the Jews, they're gonna hate you too. You see what I'm saying? So it could be, and they have an uptick. It could have been like that type of posse. And then my thing is, as far as a white boy being hung, and coming from a white boy from Cleveland, like, I have a lot of, I'm not going to say the black friends things, like y'all want to say, oh, he got black friends, he think he cool. Nah, I have a lot of cultural friends, right?
Right.
And, like, I'm just like them. Like, you can tell how I talk. I don't wake up and, like, want to talk like this. I'm from the hood.
Right.
Like, so, and that white boy looking at his pic, he remind me of a little bit of me just by looking at the pic. Like, he's probably just like me.
Right.
So
He was from Mississippi, so I mean, just doing his own thing.
doing his own thing, loving the culture,
Right.
because I love black culture. Like, I did rap music for the longest. I love rap. I fucking love black culture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you looking at, like, yeah, take someone easy like me to hang too,
Okay.
just to cover up bases. What if they're more like a psyop and more orchestrated than what we think?
I think I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean orchestrated? What do you mean? Say it again. Say
Like, think about it. If you want to prove your point, and if you want to prove your point,
start a race war.
yeah, why not? That's what Nick Fuentes talks about. Like, that's what they're about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're about that shit. Like, let's start civil war, and let's see what happens.
You think that would be?
Why did two people get hung at the same day? The same day. And it had to be black and white. Now they're playing games with us.
Right. Right.
Hey, Q, can you hear me?
Together. They're just like, nah, let's start this division.
Yeah. Hold on a moment, Jerry. Yeah, Ty Pro, what did you have to say about that?
What's going on? Good evening. And yeah, it's so I do partially agree with Jerry, but I want to say this.
You sort of agree
In
with Jerry.
2020, I kind of agree with Jerry, but am I breaking up?
No. I'm just repeating what you say so Jerry can hear it.
Yeah,
oh, okay. He can't hear me
please
talk.
repeat it.
Okay.
Right.
He can't hear me talk. Okay. So
Right.
look, this is the thing, right? In 2025, we got like Twitter Spaces, we got
Right.
people that's on Rumble.
I mean, think about this, because I'm for the culture.
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on.
All right, I will.
Keep going.
So in 20
all right,
in
if I'm for the culture,
2025,
because I am, like,
hold on, Jerry. Hold on, Jerry. Hold on.
Oh, all right, my bad.
Okay. Go, Ty.
In 2025, we got spaces like Rumble, we got people on Twitter Spaces, we got all these alt-right, white supremacist, neo-Nazi groups talking about how they want to make the country all white and take over the country and all of this type of stuff today. And I think that the rest of the country, people like Jerry, people, who not aware of this type of stuff, is now seeing that there is such a big population of white people who have these hateful mindsets.
Hold on. Jerry,
me and you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Jerry, drop down so you can hear what he got to say. Because he's addressing to you.
I can't. Like, if I do, then it only brings up my phone call.
No, I'm saying
Tell him just call back.
Phone call and then just call back so you can listen to what he's saying.
All right, bet. I will.
Okay. Okay, now Ty, go. What were you saying?
Okay. For sure. I'll repeat myself. So like I was saying, in 2025, we got platforms like Rumble and Twitter Spaces where a lot of these Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, alt-right, neo-Nazi people get together and they talk about how they want to make America a white country, and they just have these hate groups that exist online, and the rest of the world is now being, the rest of the country is being more exposed to this ideology that it is so many hate groups that exist of these white men. But me and you both know from a long time that these mindsets and groups always existed. Even that Spike Lee movie with Ice Cube at the college.
Yeah.
We not new to this. And so right now in this moment, everything is made to look like, oh, it's political, it's a setup, these people on the right trying to do this. But no matter what, hateful white people have always found a way to deliver their hate to the black group, no matter who it is that's making them mad. They deliver that hate onto the black population. And Mississippi have a long history from just the last 20 years of people, young black dudes in high school and college going missing, getting beat up, getting drowned. You know what I'm saying? Like that brother was alluding to is like 500 cases of unsolved lynchings. There's so many sundown towns in Texas, Mississippi, and a lot of these, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina,
They
these
all over. They all
they're
over.
all over. Like that truck driver that was getting harassed a couple months ago. You know what I mean? Like this ideology and mindset of white people and hate is not new. And we've been talking about this, but we're always told that we're some type of blame the white man. We just blame the white man. But
No,
you
like we're a
guys,
victim, like it's like we a victim or we have a victim mentality and that kind of
yeah.
like we don't
But
like it's not
but
real.
like we've been fighting ghosts this whole time, and you starting to see people like Nick Fuentes is not new. It's just that he has a platform that's new, so more people can hear him. We are used to hateful people speaking hate on us. It's not like racism